when are we gonna come to India next?
This has become my
First love.
No, not my first
Be
love.
honest. So we decided to just create our own dream wedding.
When we're gonna have a baby. Are you sure you want to know the answer to this question? Wow. So yeah, I was just busy with that.
What would you suggest to people who are starting their YouTube journey in 2023? Okay, secret ingredient that Shrey loves is this. How did we meet?
Let's just say I'm really glad that I met Julia.
Hi everyone, Julia here.
Shrey here, guys. What's up? Forgive me if I make any mistakes because I'm so out of practice. I can't even remember the last time I was in a video.
No, you were in a video when we were in India a few months ago, I think.
No, but I was just actively filming. I wasn't taking part like being the actor in the videos.
Anyway, we are back. Sorry for us being a bit MIA. Maybe later on we're gonna explain why we were a bit MIA.
Life happens, guys.
Life happens, yes. But today we decided to get back at it with a Q&A while we cook lunch.
Time to answer all your juicy questions.
We asked you to ask our questions in the community post, but also on Instagram, so we're gonna just put them all together in this video. Time to get going.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So Julia has a list of all the questions that we've been asked, and one of the questions is from somebody anonymous who's asking when we're gonna have a baby. And I think I know who that person is.
Hi, Mommy.
Hi, Mom. So baby, what are we gonna have for lunch today?
For lunch, we're gonna have dal, and then I'm gonna make some sabzis. I'm gonna make zucchini sabzi, and then we're gonna have all of this with our rotis.
Guys, let me show you my favorite thing in the house. This is the Rotimatic. It has changed my life ever since it came into our lives. The last time my life changed in such a big way was when I met Julia. And this is the second big change.
Full disclosure, Rotimatic gifted us this model. It's amazing. But today we're gonna basically make rotis with Rotimatic. Now, if you're wondering, can I make rotis by hand? Yes, I can.
So that's true, guys. Julia can make rotis by hand. I can testify she would have passed the arranged marriage test, in case you're wondering.
But this is incredible for optimizing time because you can literally make rotis while you work in front of your laptop. And Rotimatic has also sent us their special flour mix, and they are amazing because they are full of like super healthy ingredients. So the first question is, where did you, babe, Shrey, disappear in the recent videos?
Wow, what a deep question to start with. No, I was just really busy at work. I have my own consulting agency.
Woohoo!
And I was trying to scale it up. It's going well, touch wood. So yeah, I was just busy with that, to be honest.
But at the same time, while we were in India, it was also being my YouTube husband, Instagram husband, helping me with a lot of stuff. So he's just stayed for a bit like behind the scenes. Even though I have to say, I've also taken a bit of a break in the last months to focus on studying. If you want to see more of Shrey, leave comments below because we all know he's the one that cracks the best jokes between the two. I just sauteed some onions with the olive oil, and now I am just cooking the sabzis like this, and I'm gonna wait a bit for them to become a bit soft and then add the spices. Alright, next question. People wonder like how you look, babe, without the beard.
Are you sure you want to know the answer to this question? Because once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. I can tell you that. We'll put a picture in the video of how I look without a beard. Let's just say I'm really glad that I met Julia after my non-beard phase.
Since we have been together, currently it's almost 7 years. I think I've seen Shrey only twice without beard, and I think I'm fine with him keeping the beard for a long time.
I'm also fine with me keeping the beard, by the way.
Next question, how did you get started with YouTube, and what would you suggest to people who are starting their YouTube journey in 2023?
1 short per day for the next 365 days. If you don't touch 50,000 subscribers, you can ask me for a refund of my free advice.
So when we started YouTube, we started at a different phase. Like, it was a completely different era for social media. In fact, we were posting really high quality videos once a month. So I wouldn't say that right now this works. All those videos went viral, and of course it helped our growth, thanks to you. But I think that right now it's exactly what Shrey said. So you have to be much more consistent. The ecosystem is changing towards vertical and short videos, and also over quantity of short videos. And that actually drive engagement also of long form videos. At least that's what we have noticed. Right now the long form videos are actually not 15 or 20 minutes anymore, but actually 30 minutes. I put cumin powder and turmeric and coriander, and then I stir. So there was another question, babe. What is your number one advice to intercultural marriages?
Look, I think to be honest, like the advice holds true for whether it's intercultural relationship or just a normal relationship. Patience and communication are the key. Sometimes, like there might be cultural differences, especially in an intercultural relationship, where you might interpret something differently than how the other person intended, but that can also happen in just a normal relationship. So I would say patience and communication is the key.
Shrey and I communicate a lot, and I also noticed one thing, which was someone asked question, because English is not my mother tongue and I actually studied English. Sometimes I notice that some of the misunderstandings that we have are actually also due to this language not being like my native language, even though right now I'm super comfortable and fluent and I've been working and speaking in English for many years. So that's also one thing to keep in mind. Alright, this is almost done. I will just need to check the spices if there are enough, if I need to add salt, and then I will just add a really key ingredient that Shrey loves, and this is the dal. Not bad. Okay, secret ingredient that Shrey loves is this soy kind of creme fraiche. I don't know, it's a bit more liquidy than creme fraiche. It adds a bit of this kind of milky texture to the sabzi that Shrey likes a lot. So I think our sabzis are ready. Okay, so our food is ready, so it's time to make the rotis. Rotimatic has been so kind to send us these 3 boxes. Which one do you want to try, babe? Do you want to try Sweet People, Little Superheroes, or Green Goddess?
Let's try the one with iron for you.
Thank you. How it works. Normally, if you want to make rotis, you just have to add your normal atta, your flour inside this, but with this mixes we basically have to add the flour. Oh wow, this is beautifully packed. This looks really cute. I think our rotis will be super healthy with this flour mix.
So we're just doing a pre-mix, but actually Rotimatic itself will also start mixing this flour and we add it. I really crave rotis like I can't do with rice. We would have to make them manually, and poor Julia, she would also make them manually many times. But ever since Rotimatic came into our lives, this has become my
first love.
No, not my first love.
Be honest.
First love will always be Julia. The great thing about this is that you can like track analytics. So we've made like 600 rotis so far. It has sensors, so if the roti doesn't come out well, you can give it feedback, and next time it learns from that. You can also download like software updates just over the air. It has settings for some flour types already, so we use Ashirwad atta at home, and there is a setting for the Ashirwad atta, so it knows exactly how to make the perfect roti if you're using Ashirwad atta. From that perspective, it's not just like somebody or something that can make rotis, but it's a very intelligent device that gets better over time, and then just perfect with the hot fresh rotis that it serves.
Okay, Shrey is adding water. These are the 3 containers that contain the 3 ingredients, so atta, oil and water. Once we have checked all the ingredients, we are basically going to switch it on.
So I'm going to start this now. So you can see, like, first of all, you can decide what you want to make, and then you can choose the different types of flours. So we use Ashirwad, so we're going to select Ashirwad, and then you can decide the thickness. So we normally like it not super thin or not super thick, how much oil you want and how much roast you want to give it. So we don't like it super crispy, but we don't want it like super soft either. So kind of like 2 or 3 level of roast is ideal for us. And then it's very simple, just press the play button and it starts.
As you can see, it's trying to make the dough. The machine took the flour from here, as you can see. It's adding a bit of flour because I think it needs a bit more than normal. And you're gonna see there is a little ball there. It's gonna be pushed. And now it's gonna be pressed to make the roti. The Rotimatic is already preparing the second roti. From the monitor you will see at which status it is. I don't know if you can see, but you see the puff? Yes! Watch out!
Wow! This is such a unique, it almost looks like a matar ki kachori kind of.
The rotis are extremely hot as soon as they come out, so...
Interesting, hot and fresh.
Alright, at the end of the rotis, the Rotimatic always asks for feedback so that they can adapt in case. What are we gonna put, babe? This?
Yes.
Let's go! Okay, I think we can switch it off. Cleaning takes literally minutes because all the pieces of the Rotimatic are actually easily washable. You can also put them in the dishwasher, but we just wash them in the sink with just simple water. We just rub them, we just dry them up, and we just put them back. It's extremely easy. It's time to eat. Let's go and try them out. All right, so let me show you. Ooh, I'm really curious to try it out, so let's do it. Wow, the taste is so earthy. Not only the Rotimatic team has created like the best machine for Shrey, they're also nailing it at flour mixes. Let me try it with the sabzis. Wow, I think the best combo is this green goddess roti mix with sabzis. Now it's time for the roti connoisseur to review.
My turn. So I'll start with the dal first. The roti has really good texture, like it's thick, a little bit crisp on the outside and it's soft on the inside, just how I like my rotis. The roti doesn't have a strong flavor, which is really good because you want the roti to be neutral, so that's perfect. Dal and sabzi are 10 on 10, they're just perfect. The roti is also 10 on 10 to be honest. What I love about the Rotimatic is like you can make hot rotis on demand. Like whenever you want, just press a few buttons and in a few minutes like a piping hot roti comes out.
Actually, one of the questions that people asked was how good I am at making Indian food and is the food that I cook authentic.
Yes, actually Julie has improved over the years. At first I never trusted her to make rotis, so I would make the rotis myself, but I don't know what happened then. Literally from one day to another, like her roti making skills just completely flipped. She started making just the best rotis, even better than me. This was before we had Rotimatic, and now of course none of us have to do the hard labor of like making the rotis, but the answer is yes.
I think what helped was going to India and seeing mom and nani, everyone cooking and seeing what were the secrets, what were they adding, and I think that made me feel more comfortable. There has been a really important question that I don't think we ever addressed, and it's a question about how did we marry outside of the Catholic Church. We actually wrote our own marriage. We basically designed the celebration by ourselves because when we started looking into the documents that were needed to get married in church in a mixed marriage, we were not fully okay with the process, we were not fully okay with the documents, and so we decided to just, create our own dream wedding that welcomes both cultures, both religions. Okay, you're also asking the question, how did we meet? Actually, there are 2 videos here on this channel on how we met. I'm gonna link them in the description or in one of the comments. Quick summary, we met online in an online dating app. Yes, they work! There are a lot of questions related to our families. How did we get our families to accept, and how did we tell our families? What is the one piece of advice that we will give to someone who is afraid to tell their families that they have a partner from another religion or another culture? Honestly speaking, Shrey and I were extremely lucky, so we didn't have to really make like a lot of effort into getting our families to accept our relationship. I think our families trusted us right from the beginning, but I also have to say that I think we have built that trust in the months when we first started dating. So for example, I would talk really highly of Shrey to my parents and he will do the same about me. We actually told our parents really early on in our relationship, probably like after a few weeks we were dating, because we wanted to be really transparent. And before I went to India, Shrey made sure I would speak to the family on the phone via WhatsApp so that we would remove that kind of like awkward feeling for the first time we meet. I think Shrey met my parents a few months after we started dating when they came over to Berlin and he cooked for them, so they immediately realized that there was nothing to worry. But whenever you feel like you're afraid to tell anything to your family, you have to tell them straight away, and then you're gonna deal with the reactions, of course. Transparency actually helps in building trust a lot. Next question is, how much time do we spend with each other? This is a really good question, and for answering this I will actually invite you to take the love languages test. It's a really beautiful test that makes you realize how you feel loved by your partner. It kind of gives like a hint to your partner what are the things that they should do in order to make you feel more loved in the relationship. So in my case, it's quality time, spending a lot of time together, quality time together, away from distractions when it's just the 2 of us. We work from home, both Shrey and I, so that means that we spend a lot of time actually in the same house, but that doesn't mean that we have quality time. So then we take time and we go for walks, for example, during the weekend. We go to cafes, we go out for dinner, we go to see movies. Sometimes we just simply sit on the sofa and watch something together. We are currently watching a TV series that we both like, but we also like cooking together, for example. And we make videos. Let me know which love language you have. If you have ever taken the test, it's free, you just need to Google it and it's amazing. I just changed into my workout clothes because it's time to go to Pilates. You asked how do we organize constant shifts between Berlin and Mumbai. First of all, that's amazing. That means you have watched some of our videos. We want to spend most of our time between Berlin and Mumbai. We are trying to build a bit of like a wardrobe, basically life essentials in each country, and we leave it there. So my family, for example, has some stuff. Now when we just went to Mumbai some months ago, we bought some stuff for the house, for ourselves, and we left them there at Nani's place. And then of course we have most of our stuff in Berlin. That means that we don't have to always keep on moving things around, but it means that we have some basics in all the places where we know we're gonna go. Nevertheless, all these shifts require a lot of organization. Alright, it's time for me to go to Pilates. I was the one finishing this video because Shrey needed to go back to work. Thank you again to Rotimatic for sending us the amazing machine that has changed Shrey's life and also my life, of course, for optimization of time and for having really like ready and healthy rotis whenever we feel like it. Also, thanks for sending us those flour mixes. They are amazing and they are a really great supplement for our healthy lifestyle. Let us know in the comments below which are the videos that you would like to see while we are here in Berlin. And to the question of when are we gonna come to India next, it's always going to be when the darkness, aka winter, starts here in Berlin. So more or less around November, December, that's normally the time, but we haven't planned yet, but we're gonna be there soon. We hope you like this video. As always, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.